Hello and welcome to me playing some Divinity. I have never really played this game before, but I've been watching a few YouTubers do it and it looked like fun, so I thought I'd give it a try. So without further ado, let's get into the game and see what we have in store for us. We don't have anyone else, so guess single player. Considering I haven't played this game before, I guess classic mode. It's like a classic role-playing experience. I have played RPGs before, so I guess that's good. So let's begin and see what happens. See, background, origin, the Red Prince. So this is like one of the original characters of the game. You are infamous, a brilliant warrior general, exiled from his empire for Cavorth. I don't know what the words even mean. With demons. As you might know, my English is not my native language, so yeah. I'm gonna be struggling with a few of the words. But I do believe the game has voice acting, so I think I'm gonna be doing fine. Most of the time, at least. Fallen from grace, you refuse to give up the throne. The throne will be yours again. Okay, so that's the like lizard. Sabel. Okay. A slave no longer. You still bear the living scar of your master. Your master used to dominate you. He turned you into an assassin, made you hunt your own kin. Now you hunt him. Okay, so basically she is like a slave, and then now she's like angry and wants to go back to fight his master. I guess it's like the preset you can choose from if you want what kind of character you want to be. Corpse eater. Corpse eater. What? Okay. So basically she eats people to gain knowledge. That seems about right. I don't know about her. Let's see. Here we have. This is probably the human. Ifan Ben Mezd. A crusader in Lucian army. You lost your fate as a warrior. Claimed countless innocent. Now you're a lone wolf mercenary. Your mission: kill Lucian's son. He's good with shopping, I guess. And he does crits. And here we have the dwarf. You failed rebellion against the queen. Your failed rebellion against the queen nearly destroyed you. And you began a new life on the high seas. Now your old enemy is back. If you don't stop her, no one will. So I guess you get like a story based on which character you start as. And depending on which kind of the story evolves around that character, I presume. Because here we have the female characters. Guess this is the female warrior. You're a musician, performer, star and host of all manner of disembodied visitors. Now one of the dark voice has silenced them all and aims to claim your body for itself. What? So she's possessed, I guess? What? You can be skeletons? Oh, I know what I'm gonna be. Fane. You woke up as the world was gone. The last of your kind. You hide behind a charmed mask, searching for the truth about history that no one knew existed. So I get the play dead. Okay, basically you're dead for 3 turns. Or trick your enemies to think you're dead. So basically you can make someone attack first, regardless of when they attack the last turn. He's undead. You heal from poison, but regular healing damage. Okay, so basically you heal when you get poisoned, and so poison is healing, and healing is bad for you. And it's like the human guy with the crits. Then you have another dwarf, another elf, another human. Oh, custom, I guess. Okay, now we got the custom characters. Okay, so what do we want to play it as? I guess considering I haven't really played this game before and I don't really know much about it, I think I'm gonna go with one of the like original characters to see if we can get some good story out of it. I don't know, try to follow the story a little bit. Kind of like the idea of being undead, so being this skeletal dude sounds like a fun idea. And what kind of guy do we want to be? Do we want to be like a enchanter? We do air damage, it seems, like, or like lightning damage. Conjurer, that sounds like a fun thing. Undead cleric. You know a lot of restoration spells that you can't use. Let's not do that. Battle mage. Wizard. I guess I'm gonna be doing all the specking and figuring out this, and then I'll get back to you guys when I finish this. Otherwise this is gonna take forever to make the character. So see you when I finish them. Oh, I figured out something. We can actually listen into the origin story. So we're gonna listen into Fane's origin story and see what kind of guy he actually is. And his cloak is completely gone.
Don't stare. How would you look after eons in
What's going on with his cloak?
Crypt?
Okay, we'll try to restart this. Okay, I guess we just have a broken cloak.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
Other than his cloak was like in his face, that was actually kind of cool. Like you are like an undead, risen back up from the dead, I guess, after eons of slumber-ish. And what you want to do is find out what happened, I guess. So I think we're gonna go with like a mage-ish kind of guy, with this guy, and try to follow his story. I think we're gonna have him as a like our, actually like a rogue sounds like a much more fun. I'm gonna figure this out and get back to you guys. I just wanted to show you the actual origin story, as I found out you can actually click on it. Okay, so now I've made a character, and I believe I'm happy with what we got out. We're gonna be playing as Fane, which is like the undead mystic kind of guy. For our origins, we are... well, we basically are Fane, and we are a wizard. In here, I haven't really changed anything. I guess the game gives you what you need in the way of stats here. I don't really know what the kind of different stats do yet, so I guess we'll figure that out as we go. As for the spells I start with, is Ignition, Fossil Strike, and Poison Dart. These are like, depending on what kind of resistance we come up against, I guess. We have a bit to work with, and the Poison Dart is to heal ourselves. I'm not sure if we can attack it ourselves, but I hope so, because we're not going to be able to use healing spells or anything. So I don't know how else we're going to be healing ourselves. I also went for Far Out Man. I was considering the Lone Wolf because it looks like it's a really good thing. At least early on. I don't know, but I'm not sure if you can actually respec, so well, I guess we'll keep it going for now with Far Out Man. I have some more range. So without further ado, let's get into the game.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Okay, so I haven't actually played the first game, so I guess I'm missing out on a little bit of the story. But from what I can gather, we are like prisoners or something.
Still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Yeah, okay, so can we move? Okay.
Well now, aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world.
Oh my, this is gonna be an issue. I just know it. Me not knowing enough English to actually do this. But we'll see what happens after we get into the game, and I guess I'm going to improve as we move along. Tell the skull to mind its own business. You are not here to chat with human.
No, you're here to be collared and shipped like a beast in a cage. Any other pile of bones and they'd suspect, but you... Not even your yowl gives you away. I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull.
Wow, she's really kissing up to us. I guess I'm proud and you want to sound powerful.
So powerful that you've been overpowered by clowns in red capes and a glowing necklace.
Oh wow,
Well,
oh wow.
Colour me impressed. Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
What kind of mask? Oh, wait, I can literally just turn into whatever I want to be. That seems a bit broken.
Something has changed. You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this new guise.
Okay, so I can literally just turn into all the other characters in the game, I presume. Looks like it. It's gonna be handy. Well, I guess for now, let's be ourselves. See what we can
How
loot
crude.
something here.
I've seen more intricate design in a butcher's slab.
So to begin with, I guess we're just gonna go upstairs. Oh, this tutorial is gonna get annoying after a while. But hey, let's see what we can do here. A log and an apple. Sure. I guess we have to go upstairs to get to where we are supposed to go, or it's over here maybe. Let's pick the lock. Let's make use of our bony fingers as soon as we can. It did not work. Yeah, I guess we could just go upstairs. Press L to open the journal. Okay, so get your bearings of the upper deck. You need to remove the source color. I guess that's the glowing thing around our neck. We need to escape from the boat and... Weird. I guess we figure more out as we progress through the story.
Why, there you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Okay. Say you had a long dream about the ship sailing. So here's like this special, based on what kind of traits you started with, I guess. So I either can do a scholar, or I can do a mystic.
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Sauce. For good.
You pull at the thing around your neck fluently, demanding to know why I called
Why,
you.
for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Sauce spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
Okay, so you
better
can't do
stop
magic
before you hurt
while
yourself.
you have the source
All
color on?
will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your
Wow,
own
thank
peace
you,
of mind,
lady.
of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Good gods, there's been a murder here.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
It's quite the corpse we have here.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Okay, so we can now ask if you are... Shrugging, maybe you are a sorcerer after all.
Not with that collar on, you aren't. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Think about it. It's one of you who got killed, not one of us. We want to find who did it and bring them to justice. Who's your real enemy here? You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Okay, so we now have to solve this murder. Okay, we're not supposed to touch it.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles.
Okay. Let's see who we can talk to here. There's some few kids. Now we know. It's one of these.
I did. You look like my daddy. His name is Frida. He's waiting for me at home.
What? Wait. You mean a skeleton looks like your daddy?
I'm
What?
here because I'm magic. Are you here because you're weird?
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey there, weirdo!
No.
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen.
No, thank you.
There you are, husband. Would you
Wait, what?
please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Let's play
How very
along.
correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else.
What have I got myself
What's so
into now?
funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flat.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
What the fuck is going on right now? Yeah.
Like yourself, maybe. I don't mind the kiddies, usually.
Okay. That could have taken the wrong way, but you know.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it.
Okay,
Take care,
thank you.
though. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Okay. I'm 99% sure that she is the evil one, but I guess we're gonna go and see.
Name? Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy. We're trying to catch a killer here.
Pet pal. Is that you can actually talk to animals in this game? We need to get the pet pal right now. I want to talk to animals.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
He turns his head toward you.
Pretty
looking
sure
you
I'm
up
far
and
from
down,
being a child,
and
considering I'm
smiles
an undead.
before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a boy to me.
Oh wow. Thank you.
Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't.
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Murder? Ah, that's what they were going on and on about. I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And? Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Is this guy like a magical? How do you figure that out with just turning?
No,
you know what?
boy.
I'm just not gonna ask about it.
That ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
If you'll be pardoning...
You one of them? A divine order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the
So this far we have met a dwarf that's like, I guess that's one of the player character maybe? Like the main characters.
Man lounges against the wall with scarred.
Watch your back.
Here we have the warrior guy.
There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now...
Kind of like this guy now.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ask Ifan what he did to find himself in the mercy of a subordinate.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Say you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it?
No. The dead man, Fane, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Yep. Let's say we'd like to meet him.
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Wow. Tell him your name in a language that he has never learned and cannot pronounce. But he may call you Fane.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robe.
I guess considering we are like really, really old, we know like a lot about language and everything.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Okay, so now we need to figure out who actually did the murdering. Here we have the lizards.
Well, well.
What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, as well as a rather disconcerting lack of tongue and gums, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this.
Yep.
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Tags determine what options are available in your dialogue. Custom character. Okay, it's basically the same as last time. Why does it keep popping up then? Now then, to business. You will answer the 3 questions. The first one, can you cook?
And of course, a cook who can't taste is about as useful as a dog in a chess game. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
Tell him, most certainly. Tell him, a given sheet of stain, you make a bum look like a baron.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after. Just as I thought. That explains what's besieging my nostrils. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's have, as per your own testimony, you can tailor, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle, and your personal hygiene reminds one of a carcass rotting in the sun. That won't do at all, see?
Wow.
I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so sorry. My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of my disheartening refusal to sink in.
What? Like, I would want to be your
Own
slave, you piece
skills,
of...
and one day you may just qualify for a position in a lesser household than mine. You keep dreaming, you hear?
I'm just gonna tell him right now, I'm not gonna be dreaming about being his slave.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too.
Is it like his wife or something?
Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
That right?
Oh, wow.
I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice? Deciding fates?
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too.
Oh wait, this is the elf that can eat...
Shall I?
Oh. Yeah.
She looks at you in surprise when you bare an arm of bone.
My. Guess I'll have to find out the memory from Marrow, won't I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them, hoping that none would stare back. You were desperate to speak up, to reach out, to form a connection with these strange creatures. But you were scared, terrified even, of what they might think of you. Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep, so to speak. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
So basically, you were found in like a grave or something? You wanted to speak, but you didn't.
Sing us a song, I know you can.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, sir. But we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head
Okay.
on in now.
I need to end this
Williams will get you
episode there.
sorted fast.
Let's stop this before it gets too annoying. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I have some stuff I have to do, so I can't really keep going right now. So, yeah. Like and then subscribe and everything if you want to see more, and see you in the next episode.